Hello friends I made this for. My name is Lauren, and today I have for you a quickie reading for the full moon. The full moon is happening on July 13th. This is going to be a full moon in Capricorn. And as always, I want to welcome you into the space. If you've never been here before, hi, hello, how are you? I am a tarot reader, an artist, and art ritual facilitator. I like to look at the tarot as a way to explore the sky and the stars. But today it's just a quickie reading. And for those of you who are returning, welcome back. Make sure to share this with someone that you love, hate, lust after, all of those good things. And of course, if you want a personal reading for yourself, you can book one through my website. Links down below, along with my shop that has some celestial themed designs, my Patreon, my podcast, and all of that stuff. But anyway, let's talk about the full moon. Before I start pulling, I do want to give some quickie context. First of all, anytime there is a full moon, that is because the sun and moon are in opposition to each other. The opposing sign to Capricorn is Cancer. We're in Cancer season, and thus our full moon will be in Capricorn. That complementary sign is the way I like to put at it, but it is the opposing sides of the astrological zodiacal wheel. With that out of the way, let's kind of talk about what the energy around this time of year is. So, one of the aspects to this time of year, this season, is the fact that this is cardinal water. So our initiator of summer is the watery energy of Cancer, that little crab that can. A lot of people talk about Cancer being very motherly energy and Capricorn being very fatherly. I like to think about it as nurturer and provider. Both are really great at parenting, but just have different styles of what they value to do for the world. Provider gathers the resources, nurturer nurtures the babies. But that's a very binary way to look at this astrology. With Cancer, we're being asked to make our home strong, and with Capricorn, we are being asked to make the work count, make it work that provides for that home, or create structures where we can survive more easily, we can create and build from. I don't know if you can hear that, but it's really great. Anyway, so let's get into the actual reading. So the energy for this full moon. What is a structure in our lives that's being illuminated right now? How about that? The star. What's being illuminated, the structures, are the structures that we have to tear down and start anew. This full moon in Capricorn is interesting because we have a lot going on in the world. We have some planets, some very far off planets in retrograde at the moment, that being Pluto and Neptune. And I believe these two planets being in retrograde is really giving us some pause to really evaluate, is this really what's for the collective benefit? So these things in our individual lives, again, this is a generalized pool. What that might look like on a general individual level might be our job doesn't really serve us for the journey that we want to go further. Maybe the school that we're in is turning out to be less supportive than we wanted. Maybe our relationships are actually not serving us either, whether that's friends or family or even partnership, that we just feel like we need to take a step back from to evaluate, because what we might be illuminating right now are some of our wounds, right? When I see the star, it's a reminder that we're clearing out old stories that we have to make space. We have to cleanse ourselves of these old structures that don't serve. And this is very Saturnian energy because this is the representation of Aquarius, which follows Capricorn. These two signs are incredibly observant and objective when looking at the world. But sometimes that means, even though we can look at something objectively and notice, yeah, this isn't what I want or what's actually of support to me, it doesn't mean that those realizations don't really suck and don't really hurt. It can be really scary realizing that we have to be way more vulnerable than we wanted to be. And with the sun in Cancer, vulnerability is big. We have to be able to acknowledge that vulnerability without running from it. So, what's a card to help us stay open and vulnerable during this possibly uncomfy time, this uncomfy illumination of what must be released with grace? Community, connection, coming together. Not always in a very physical way, though it can be. But for us to really bridge the gap and know how to move forward, we have to address every elephant in the room. So sometimes that means we will be able to go to our chosen family and say, this is what I'm feeling. And then you uncork a bottle of bubbly and talk it over an evening into the morning, right? Sometimes this means reaching out to a therapist and saying, I need to release, I need to talk about what's going on. But also celebrate what is emotionally fulfilling you. That's going to allow us to have so much more grace and ease when we remember that there's so much more here than just what doesn't serve. There's so much that does serve. There's so much that does support us. It might, oh, my wrist is popping. It might be hard at moments, but there's also so much we can rejoice in. And sometimes letting go of people, places, or things is also a celebration, even though it doesn't feel like it in the moment. The fact that you did the hard thing because it was the right thing, that's a celebration. Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater quite yet. Make sure you're connecting with folks. You're really looking at situations with love and compassion, even though the emotions are high right now. That would be my suggestion with both of these cards. Love, compassion, community. And with this last card, what is a card to help us hold on to that compassion even when it gets really difficult? What's a card just moving forward? A medicine card. Yeah, let's go with that. What's the medicine that we need in this full moon? Move. Go. Move quickly, move instinctually, and follow the fires that inspire you. Don't hyperfixate too much on the things that are not working and get you down. Those things are important, and those are wounds that we have to work through 100%. But with that said, we can act instinctually right now. We can act on where we're being called creatively, specifically, what lights us up, what lights our fires. Tending to those fires and moving on what is necessary to keep those fires going quickly is going to allow us to have just more compassion for folks in general, because we are sustaining ourselves, we're nourishing ourselves, and we're not stagnant. The energy of Capricorn can be very slow, methodical, and slow and steady does win the race. But there might be certain opportunities popping up around this time that we don't want to miss out on, whether that's going for a walk with a friend, calling a friend, going out and taking a class, going to therapy. All things are therapy to me. Going to a lecture. The things that ignite us and light us up are going to continue to support us during our most heavy emotional releases. So tend to those fires and tend to those emotions. But with that said, friends, let me know down below. Do you resonate with this message? Is this not really hitting for you this full moon? And feel free to tell me what is. But with that said, I will let you go for now. Definitely like, comment, subscribe. I gotta say those things because I gotta do the YouTube-y things. But do what you want. Follow your heart. Fucking acknowledge what doesn't serve you. Connect with community that fills your cup. And follow what ignites your fires. Follow those things. And until next time, my friends, please take care of yourself. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.